Welcome to today's video. This is perhaps the most difficult topic I've tackled on this channel, but it is also one of the most important. Today, we're diving into the hidden, often invisible torment experienced by the children of narcissistic parents. We'll expose the long-lasting impact of such relationships, how these dynamics unfold, and most importantly, how they shape the children's lives. I'll share insights you may have never heard before and answer the haunting question many have asked. Does a narcissist love their children? Stick with me until the end because this topic deserves your full attention. Before we begin, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Let's get started. 1. The dual reality, the ideal image. A narcissistic parent often focuses on creating a perfect public image. They want to be seen as the ideal parent, loving, supportive, and caring, especially in front of others. However, at home, the reality is starkly different. Behind closed doors, they can be cold, neglectful, or even abusive. For children raised in this environment, the confusion is overwhelming. They see their parents showering them with praise in public, but at home, they may face criticism, emotional distance, or mistreatment. This inconsistency can leave them deeply unsettled, unsure of what to believe. As these children grow up, they often struggle with trust and relationships. They've learned that love and kindness were just performances for others, not genuine emotions. The experience of being treated one way in front of others and another at home creates lasting confusion, making it hard for them to understand what healthy relationships look like. Their sense of normalcy is shattered, and they may carry emotional scars into adulthood. 2. A cycle of violence, physical and emotional abuse. A narcissistic parent often subjects their child to both physical and emotional abuse. While physical abuse is harmful, emotional abuse can be even more damaging because it is often more subtle and harder to escape. Emotional abuse takes many forms, such as constant criticism, ridicule, and contempt. The parent may belittle the child's achievements, dismiss their feelings, or set unrealistic expectations. Over time, this erodes the child's self-esteem, making them feel inadequate and unworthy of love. Living in such an environment creates a constant emotional struggle. The child feels like they are always under attack, even if they haven't done anything wrong. They may start to believe their very presence is a burden. This emotional warfare can lead to deep, lasting effects. As adults, these children often experience anxiety, depression, and have difficulty asserting their needs or standing up for themselves. The scars of emotional abuse are not always visible, but they can have a profound impact on a person's life. 3. Conditional love, a dangerous bargain. In a healthy relationship, a parent's love is unconditional, meaning it isn't dependent on what the child does. But for a narcissistic parent, love is earned through performance. The child's value is based on their ability to please or meet the parent's expectations. If the child fails or disappoints, love is withdrawn and replaced by anger or indifference. This type of love teaches the child that affection is something they must earn, often at a high emotional cost. The child may feel they are only worthy of love when they meet the parent's needs. As adults, these children may struggle in relationships, often finding themselves in toxic situations where they give up their own needs to gain approval or affection. They might believe that love is something to be traded or earned, which can lead them to unhealthy patterns of behavior and relationships throughout their lives. 4. The weight of constant criticism. A child of a narcissistic parent can never seem to do enough to earn real approval. No matter how hard they try, the parent's goal is to keep them feeling inadequate. Narcissistic parents often use public humiliation, harsh comparisons, and hurtful words to control and belittle their children. This constant criticism damages the child's self-esteem, making them feel unworthy. Over time, they begin to believe they are never good enough, and this belief can carry into adulthood. As a result, these children often end up in toxic relationships, where they are easily manipulated or taken advantage of. The emotional environment that should have supported them instead teaches unhealthy patterns. The child grows up believing that criticism and emotional manipulation are normal, and these unhealthy dynamics can continue throughout their lives. 5. Emotional suppression. Cutting off the inner world. Narcissistic parents often discourage their children from expressing their emotions. They invalidate their feelings, mock their vulnerability, and teach them that emotions are dangerous. As a result, the child learns to suppress their emotions, leading to confusion about their own feelings and identity. This emotional suppression has lasting effects. As adults, these children often struggle to form deep, meaningful connections with others because they have been taught to ignore or hide their true emotions. They may feel disconnected from themselves, unsure of who they are or what their purpose is in life. This lack of self-awareness is a direct result of growing up in an environment where emotional expression was not safe or encouraged. The child's inner world was shut down, making it hard for them to fully understand and connect with their own feelings as adults. 6. The burden of guilt. Children of narcissistic parents often feel an overwhelming sense of guilt. When they try to ask for help or show vulnerability, they are blamed with accusations like "you're selfish" or "you're ungrateful." This constant blame makes them doubt themselves and creates a pattern of self-criticism. As adults, these individuals continue to carry that guilt. They often blame themselves for problems that aren't their fault and struggle to set healthy boundaries. To avoid feeling like a burden, they may overcompensate in relationships, trying to please others even at their own expense. This constant self-blame leads them to believe they are flawed, and that belief becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. They may keep repeating unhealthy patterns, believing they deserve the guilt and negativity they've been taught to carry. 7. The tragedy of buying love. Narcissistic parents often use gifts and material possessions as a way to control their children. These gifts come with strings attached. They are not meant to nurture but to manipulate. If the child doesn't meet expectations, the gifts are taken away, reinforcing the idea that love and affection are earned through performance. This creates a distorted view of love. The child learns that love is tied to what they can give or achieve, rather than being unconditional. As adults, they may continue to equate material success with emotional security, focusing on achievements and possessions instead of forming genuine, meaningful connections with others. The cycle of buying love continues into adulthood, often damaging emotional well-being and making it harder to form authentic relationships. The constant pursuit of external validation leaves them emotionally unfulfilled. 8. The loss of joy. One of the saddest effects of being raised by a narcissistic parent is the inability to experience joy without fear. A narcissistic parent often resents their child's happiness, either by criticizing or ignoring it. Over time, the child learns to hide their joy, fearing it will be taken away or punished. As adults, these individuals find it difficult to fully embrace happiness. They live in a constant state of anxiety, always waiting for something bad to happen. This fear robs them of life's simple pleasures, leaving them stuck in a cycle of dissatisfaction and emotional tension. The joy they once experienced is overshadowed by the fear of it being lost. 9. Emotional blackmail. The ultimate manipulation. Emotional blackmail is a key tactic used by narcissistic parents to control their children. They use affection, gifts, and attention as tools for manipulation, making the child feel like they must constantly perform to keep the limited love they receive. This creates a tense environment where the child is always walking on eggshells, afraid of losing affection. The long-term effects of this manipulation are harmful. As adults, these children either replicate the same controlling behaviors in their own relationships or become victims of emotional manipulation by others. The cycle of emotional blackmail and control continues, often affecting future generations, as these learned patterns of behavior persist. 10. The legacy of false promises. Narcissistic parents frequently make promises they never keep, leading to a gradual loss of trust in their children. The child learns that words don't have meaning and that promises are often empty. This breeds a deep sense of mistrust in others. As adults, these individuals struggle to form healthy relationships. They find it hard to rely on others and constantly fear betrayal. The belief that people are deceitful and untrustworthy becomes a barrier, isolating them from real connections and making it difficult to experience the trust and intimacy that healthy relationships offer. The central question: does the narcissist love their children? To address the question many of you have asked, does a narcissist love their children? The painful truth is that narcissists do not love in the usual way. They see their children as extensions of themselves, tools to boost their ego, enhance their image, and meet their own needs. Any affection they show is self-serving. It's not about caring for the child's well-being, but about getting something in return. A narcissistic parent may take pride in their child's achievements or appearance, but only because it reflects positively on them. True, unconditional love, where the child's needs and feelings are prioritized, is absent. For a narcissistic parent, love is not about genuine connection, but about using the child to fulfill their own desires and image. We've reached the end of this deeply painful and complex topic. I hope this video has provided clarity and validation for those who have suffered in silence. Remember, breaking free from the cycle of narcissistic abuse is possible, but it requires awareness, support, and healing. If you found this video insightful, please like, share, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let's start a conversation and create a community of support for those impacted by narcissistic parenting. Until next time, take care of yourselves and stay strong.